Welcome student in my class. Today I'm going to discuss about package in Java. In this lecture, that is what is Java packages and how that package is important for Java and creating user defined packages. These two concepts I'm going to discuss today's class. Before go to this, what you have to know that what is Java package. That is very important. What is Java package? Now if you consider about C and C++ programming language, you will find there is some header file. In C programming language there must be at least one header file, that is stdio.h, and for C++ that is istream.h. Without this header file you are not able to run your program, because in case of C programming language, if you will find there is a printf function, scanf function. These all functions are written in stdio.h header file. So in case of Java, we are saying that all library classes are stored in packages. So in case of Java, basically we are not using any header file, we are using packages. So package is very important. Please remember, package is a collection of classes and interfaces. In some books you will find that package is a collection of classes only. So please remember that is not a 100% correct definition. So if you want to say what is package, package is a collection of classes and interfaces. Now what is interface? Interface I will discuss later on my lecture series, that what is interfaces. So for time being, you just remember interface is a separate entity like class. So like class is a one separate entity, interface also separate entity. Interface can be implemented into class. So I'll discuss in my little lecture series later on what is interface. Now for time being, you just remember what is package. Package is a collection of classes and interfaces. So a formal definition of package is a package can be defined as a collection of classes and interfaces based on their functionality. So in other words, we can say in this is very important note I used to say in package, that it is also possible to house these Java packages, as this can be stored in compressed file called jar file. So a jar, what is jar file? Jar file is nothing but a Java archive, is used for aggregating many files into one, like allowing classes to download faster as a group rather than one at a time. So I'm giving you some example what is jar basically. So if you consider about Visual Basic, it is now backdated languages. Nowadays it is VB.NET. In VB.NET, after creating the after writing a program, you can create .exe file, that is called executable file. So in Java also, after creating your program, you can create jar executable file. So that file will be executable of .pat, means that executable file of Java programming language. Another way you can create a jar file. Jar file is nothing but a zip file, or is a compressed files of all aggregating many files into a single, into one file. Now basically, if you consider that you are writing a project, so in that project you have a lot of classes, a lot of methods, so and lot of interfaces. So same classes or interfaces or some methods are used in different project. The same method, same classes can be used in other project also. So what you have to do, every time you have to write the same class, same method, same interfaces in different project repeatedly, is a very time consuming, and it is not a good way to do programming. So do one thing, that project what you have written with the class, interface, methods, so that project you can create a jar file. So that jar file is basically the compressed file, or you can say it's a zip file. So that can be treated as a library of another project. So basically in other project, you just export that library. After creating a jar file, you have to save that jar file anywhere in your computer, and that jar file can be exported in other project. So if you export that jar file in other project, then automatically from in that project you can use all the classes and methods from that jar file. So repeatedly you don't need to write that same class, same package, or same methods or interfaces many times. So write once, make a jar file, and import in some other project. So this is the concept of jar file, right? Now some predefined packages in Java are applet, lang, util, event, io, swing, etc. These are all predefined packages, right? So please remember that in Java there is a lot of packages are available. Out of these packages, only one package is available, that is called lang package, is automatically imported in your program. Now whenever you are writing a single program, so please note that only lang package is automatically imported in your program. So if you import it separately, explicitly, or if you don't import lang package, in your program lang package is automatically imported at runtime, right? So that is the concept of lang. So that is the one package. In C++, you have iostream.h header file has to be present. In C, stdio.h header file has to be present, and in Java that lang package is compulsory, is a one package that is automatically imported. Now if you want to use some other packages in your program, then you have to explicitly import in your program, but lang package no need to explicitly import, is automatically imported in with your program. Now programs are also permitted to develop their own packages in order to organize classes belongs to the same category or providing similar functionality. That means you can create, basically this concept is you can create your own package, like you can create your own header file. That header file can be included in C or C++. In the same way, you can create your own package and that package can be imported in your program. Package. So I'm giving you the simple syntax of user defined package. Now the package that you create are called user defined packages. That means the package that you created, that means a programmer or a user created, that package is called the user defined package. Now this is the example of packages. Now see that in this program, if you consider, so this is a name of that package, right? So syntax is you have to use that package keyword and then you have to write your package name. So this full program is your user defined package, right? So your package name is AIIT, and within that package you have two class, student class and faculty class. Student is a public class and faculty is a default class, right? So in that class you can write many methods. In that class also you can write many methods. So you have created your own package with the name AIIT. This is the simple syntax of user defined packages. I'm going to create a package and I'll import it in my program. Now see that. So now in this program, university is a package. So I'm giving the name of the package is university. And in this package, I have created one public class AIIT. And within that public class, I have created one method that is display text. This is a method. So what is this display text? It's a public method. And what is the return type of display? Is a string. So please remember, string is an object in Java. That means that display text will return object of string class. That means it will return, if you run this program, it will return I love Java. Right? So now I have created my own package. So what is the name of the package? The name of the package is university, and within that package there is only one class, that is AIT, and within AIT there is a one method that is display text, and if you run the display text it will return I love Java. Implementing user defined package. Please remember that previous code. I have created university package. Now I am implementing this user defined package in my program. See that. So what is a way to import that package? That is the import keyword you have to use. You have to use import keyword, and then I am writing university.aiit. So what is the meaning of university? So university I am importing in my program university package, and with that university, from university package I am importing only AIT class. The same thing you can write university dot asterisk semicolon. If I write university dot asterisk semicolon, that means all the classes will be part of your program of university package. Now in university package there is only AIT class, so I can write university dot AIT, or I can write university dot asterisk. Then it is public class use p. Now I have write a class that is a public class, and the name of that class is use p. Then I write public static void main string args. That means I have written main method, and then now see that here I am now AIT is a part of my program. AIT class is a part of my program. Here I am creating an object of AIT class. Now see, the name of that object is obj of AIT class, and this is a user defined constructor I am using. Now AIT obj equal to new AIT, that is default constructor I have used. So that means in this main method I have created an object of AIT class, and the name of the object is obj, and now I am just calling string str equal to obj dot display text. See that, obj dot display text, that means I am calling that display text. So with the display text, what it will going to return? It will return I love Java, and this I love Java will be stored in str object of string class. See, so what is the value of str? The value of str is a return value of display text, and the value is I love Java. So if I write system.out.println str, then output of this program is I love Java, right? So this is a way to create a user defined package, and this is a way to import your user defined package in your program and how to use it. So that means I am not writing display text here, I am writing, it is written in my package once. So whenever I use this display text in any of my program, then it will return always I love Java. So that is a way you can create your own package, and that package can be imported in your program and it will be run in that way, right? So I hope this concept is clear to you. Lang package, very important point has to be remembered, that the java.lang package is indispensable when programming in Java. I told you there is only one package is compulsory in Java package, and this is automatically imported in your program, that is lang package, and it is automatically imported into every source file at compile time. That is also I have discussed. And this is, please remember, in java.lang package, in lang package there is one class that is called object class. So please remember, this object class is a super class of all classes. So the package contains the object class, that means the package means that java.lang package. So java.lang package contains the object class, that is the super class of all classes, and wrapper classes. So what is wrapper class? Now you have primitive data type, 8 primitive data type, byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, boolean. So to support or to handle primitive value as an object, so Java provides some wrapper class. So these are boolean, character, byte, short, integer, long, float, and double. You see, there is 8 primitive data types: byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, boolean, and you have 8 wrapper class used to handle primitive value as object, right? Now the java.lang package also contains, so you have to, these are the why I am discussing all this, because this lang package, it is very difficult for a human being to remember all the packages and all the packages in all the classes and all the methods, but some of the important classes and important packages you should remember. So lang is a very important package, that is why I am discussing this. What are the things you have to remember? Now in my fourth point, the java.lang package also contains classes that provide the standard input, output, and error streams like system. So system class, what is system class? System class is in your lang package, and system class provides 3 standard input, output, error object. So what is the input object of system class? That is called in. Output object, it is out, and error stream, error object is err. So already you know system.out you have used. So out object is used to print the output in the console or print the output in anywhere else. So system.out is also, there's a 3 object is there: in, out, and err are the standard object of system class, right? So this is also there in lang package. And string handling, I told you that is Java string handling is very important. If you want to handle string, then you should know there is a 3 class of string. There's a 3 class you have to know to handle string in Java. So this is string, string builder, and string buffer. And so this string class, the string, string builder, and string buffer, these are also present in lang package. And this is very important. In my next lecture I'll discuss string, string builder, and string buffer class. Because why it is important? Because there is a 8 primitive data types: byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, boolean. These 8 primitive data types are not able to handle string in Java. So if you want to handle string in Java, then you have to create an object of string class or string builder class or string buffer class. That is the reason I am going to discuss it separately in my next lecture. And you have to know some another mathematical functions or that to implement or use mathematical functions. You have to know there is another class that is called math class. So this math class is also present in the Lang package. Java.lang object class. So I told you that java.lang.object class, that object class is the parent of all classes predefined and user defined in Java. So all the classes parent class is object. Now Java wrapper classes, already I have discussed, there is a 8 wrapper classes are available. So this is the table. There is a 8 primitive data types, and for each primitive data types you have one wrapper class. So boolean, byte, so forth. So these are the wrapper classes. These are the wrapper classes of 8 primitive data types, right? So this is the wrapper class. Wrapper class, and each wrapper class there is a lot of methods are available. You can use that methods. So if you want to use primitive value as an object, then you have to use the wrapper class. Inheritance hierarchy in the java.lang package. So I am giving you the partial idea. So I have the hierarchy of this Java lang package already. Those are already I have used. So that is object is a parent class. Within an object you have find that number class, and with the number, math, and see that string builder and string buffer. These 3 classes are there to handle the string, and math class is also there to handle the mathematical function. And there is a number class, and within a number class there is a 6 subclasses. That is, these all subclasses are wrapper. These are classes are called wrapper class. That is a byte, short, integer, long, float, and double. And directly from object class there is a 2 wrapper class also there, that is boolean and character. So altogether this 8 wrapper class is there, right? So this is all about my Java packages in my lecture. So what is package, how to create a package, what are the predefined packages are available, and how to implement that package in your program, and what is the importance of Lang package. And from Lang package you should know some important classes also. This is all about my today's lecture. Hope I make you understand what is package. For patience hearing.